The World Cup that ends an era. What if I told you the greatest moment in football history was also the beginning of the end? The 2026 World Cup isn't just another tournament. It's the moment where two eras collide. The old world and the new world. The legends who built football as we know it, and the young stars preparing to take it into a new future. Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, Neymar. Three names that have defined football for nearly 2 decades. For Messi, the journey began in 2006, an 18-year-old stepping onto a World Cup pitch for the first time. The world barely knew his name. 20 years later, he has won almost everything football can offer, including the one trophy many believed he would never lift, the World Cup. But by 2026, Messi will be 39 years old. No longer the player who dribbles past entire defenses, but a player who sees the game differently. A player who can change everything with a single touch, a single pass, a single moment. The question isn't whether Messi can still play. The question is whether Argentina can build one final championship team around him. Because if they do, it won't just be one of football's greatest stories. It could be one of the greatest stories in sports history. Then there's Cristiano Ronaldo, a player who refused to accept the limits of age. By 2026, Ronaldo will be 41 years old. Most players retire years before reaching that age, yet Ronaldo keeps going, keeps scoring, keeps proving people wrong. For more than 20 years, he has redefined what longevity means in football. Portugal now has a new generation of stars, meaning Ronaldo doesn't need to be the team's best player anymore. He just needs to be Cristiano Ronaldo, the leader, the winner, the man who has lived these moments before. And in a tournament where one moment can decide everything, that experience could be priceless. And then there's Neymar, perhaps football's greatest unfinished story. Every World Cup has brought brilliance and heartbreak, injuries, eliminations, and moments that slipped away. Yet his talent has never been questioned. At his best, Neymar remains one of the most gifted footballers the game has ever seen. If 2026 is his final World Cup, it may also be his final chance to complete his legacy. But football never waits. As one generation prepares to leave, another is already arriving. Lamine Yamal, the teenager already being compared to football's biggest legends, fearless, creative, and playing with a confidence beyond his years. At just 18 years old, he could walk into the 2026 World Cup as one of the most dangerous players on the planet. Then there's Endrick, Brazil's next great hope. Powerful, explosive, and fearless in front of goal. For him, the World Cup isn't an ending, it's a beginning, and they aren't alone. Arda Güler, Warren Zaire-Emery, Kendry Páez, Pau Cubarsí, a new generation ready to take over the sport. These aren't future stars, they're stars right now. And in 2026, they'll share the same stage as Messi, Ronaldo, Neymar, Modric, and Lewandowski. The old world and the new world, together. One tournament, one moment in football history. That's what makes this World Cup different. But beneath all of that lies a bigger question. What happens when the generation that defined football finally reaches the end? Who takes over? Who becomes the face of the sport? Who creates the moments we'll still be talking about 20 years from now? We're about to find out.